Hey everyone, the Daunt here. Hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. Welcome back to yet another 1v1 video here on the channel. Appreciate you guys as always. It's been great interacting with you all in the comments, and I'm glad to hear that you guys have been enjoying the content. Always happy to test out different strategies, play different modes, war periods, whatever you guys want. So just let me know down below and I'll see what I can do. But with this one, we are jumping into a match on farmland today. It is a map I don't particularly enjoy, so we'll have to see how this one plays out, but let's get on into it. So we're going against a guy named Alex Knott. He is playing as the Soviets, so no British this time around. And we are playing as the Germans. We are rolling with the offensive doctrine, as I am still testing this one out. Different strategies and different kind of openers just to see what kind of works best. So this should be an interesting match for it. But we do rush out, as always, with the Panzer Grenadier squad, just because of those double LMGs. I did send some singles out to the left as well, just to cap that east point. I'm going to focus on just 2 points right out the get-go. And hopefully we don't meet Alex on the left, which unfortunately looks like he is rushing a squad right up the middle of that road. So we'll see how that goes. But we do make it into the point same time he does with what looks to be his second squad. So he does heavily outnumber us manpower wise, infantry wise right now on the field. I'm trying to get a couple grenades off on some of these guys that just entered the point. And we do get one or two with the MGs kind of laying down fire. He's smoked off the road to give himself cover, which is pretty nice. Pretty smart to do, for sure, for him. These guys aren't really firing back at us, though. But at the same time, we have no vision. So it is slightly unfortunate. Trying to deal with some of these guys that are just kind of spread out and around. He is microing fairly well so far. So I'm going to pull this guy back and get him back in with the MG. I am still trying to utilize keeping the MG and the MG gunner, or not the MG, yeah, the MG and the MG assistant together on as many guys as I can. And then I also have that LMG attachment or detachment squad up on the hill as well with a nice overview right down the road. So I wonder if from Alex's perspective, if seeing that MG up there may have given him pause to kind of hold off from rushing any further and then kind of forcing the smoke, but who knows. So he is capping the west point, which I would completely expect. I'd consider that to probably be the Allied home point, while the east point is more of the Axis home point, just with kind of proximity and advantage to get to him. Right there, I am using one of the Faust guys to actually blow a hole in the building. It's a good opportunity for a run-in for me, but it's also good because it'll get rid of the cover and a window that they can kind of fire out of. So always good to do that when you can. I did bring in a full STG squad, although they are tier 1 only, so we do have plenty of Sturm Grenadiers laying around now with STGs, which is great. And he is contesting, or was contesting us at least, on this B flag. And I am going to get another Panzer Grenadier squad over here so that we can kind of reinforce this, because I do need to hold that as best as possible. And we're going to try to get this guy out of here, but he has no grenades, and we'll just give him smoke instead. Why not? So I don't like this map for a couple different reasons. The main one, it doesn't really impact me that much at the moment, but it's that lake on the Allied side dead ahead. It slows down vehicles and infantry when they rush through it. So you either kind of have to go the long way around to the west point. You have to go through it and just kind of deal with being bogged down and slow, or you have to kind of rush through when you're going to the center, the main street, like we were seeing initially. So I don't like it for that reason. The Axis also have a lake to deal with, although it's much more minor. But there's technically like 3 smaller lakes looking at the minimap, kind of spread out and around, that we have to deal with. I think just the placement of those is very annoying. So that's one of the main reasons I don't like this map. I've had very bad luck in competitive games, especially on this map. So whenever I do end up playing in the ranked server, if this map is still available and not banned by the time I get to my second ban, I will normally ban this one. Just because I do not want to play it. Even if I go random, it's the last thing I want to do. But this was a random game. I just found his lobby. And I was needing a game to kind of warm up. Because I do have... Or after this game, I technically played 2 tournament games for one of the tournaments that I'm in. And you guys will see those videos maybe starting next week. But this was a fairly good warm-up game for me. And I won't reveal too much, but our strategy in the tournament games slightly played out with this doctrine. But you'll see that coming up soon. So for tier 1, we did go with the Lukes. I love the Lukes. I think it's a very nifty light tank. It's so quick. I love the smoke launchers on it as well. It's great for quick hit and run tactics, especially with its autocannon. For a while when I was running the offensive doctrine, I actually was rolling not with the Lukes, but instead with the grill, the autocannon grill. But with the way that kind of I've been running, I'll call it my meta, and kind of my strategies lately, especially against the British with this doctrine, going with the grill just doesn't leave me with enough DP for the counters that I need when going against the British. So I'm trying to force myself to play with the Lukes a little more, but I do love it. It's such a nifty little tank. But right now, I've got to, as you can see, contend with my right, because he is pushing hard. Initially, I just kind of kept a couple guys out here, and I'm even going to get a guy all the way to the back just to be sure that he didn't crawl anyone up there, while I didn't have that second guy out to the far right. So I've got to kind of contend with this right flank. The left is okay, although I need to get my guys out further, because right now they're just behind the point defending, so it's very easy for him to kind of push up. I do see what I believe is the T-70 coming up. Looks like he took a shot, so he'll have some not scouts, but some SMGs on the back. So I'm going to dip out of there, and we'll focus for a second here on getting the Gross Deutschland up. And same thing as always, just picking out the MG and the MG bearer, and we'll get them set up behind the walls, and we'll get the rest of the guys smoking out and into the point, hopefully. But we've done a decent job at holding this middle so far. We're nearly at 500, although he is about to decap us, because he does have quite a few more guys than we do. I wanted to bring over the Lukes, but he is actually mirroring me and playing it very well. So he's kind of preventing me from being able to support my infantry with his T-70. So we'll have to deal with that if I want to bring this Lux up to really have any impact. I'm going to try to bring it all the way out to the flank just to see if maybe I can at least clear some of these guys that are pushing up past this point. But we will see, because he did move that way as well. And he's in a decent position to also kind of provide some support for his push in the middle. But we're going to take the Panzerfaust here. A little bit of an overkill. We would have gotten him if the other guy didn't drop him first. We're going to re-enter the middle. We're going to take some shots here, but I got to play it safe because he is coming over. We'll take a few more. We get 1 or 2. And we'll just smoke out and back it up. It's not worth losing it. this early at least. Usually with the DP buys that I've been running, I'm able to get 2 Lukes, so it's not the worst thing in the world to lose the one, but I'd rather keep it alive a little bit longer instead of having to immediately call in my second one. I'd rather save the second one for later in the match if I need to. But he's doing a phenomenal job smoking out in the middle, and I'm doing a great job of helping him as I throw yet another smoke. Trying to get a grenade through the window there because he did get a guy in, and we do get lucky. He's got probably a ton of guys hiding in the smoke. I was trying to creep up this AT guy, but he does get dropped by the PPSH in the street. Fortunate. I don't really have anything at the moment that can counter that T70. I could go head-to-head with the Lukes, but I would rather not risk it. So for now, we're just going to continue to play for time. I do see the BA6 on the far left, so I know he's about to make a push my way. So I'm going to immediately orient the Lukes that way to come and support. It's always good to kind of be on your toes and always reacting as quickly as possible. So the sooner you can react, the better. And this is where I'm starting to slightly mess up on my left because I'm not pushing out. I'm playing way too passive, and I'm struggling to get these 2 guys combined here, which also is just wasting time. But I need to be more aggressive on the left and get my guys out further, because keeping them back is just, like I was saying, it's just letting him walk right into the point and contest it. So got to deal with the BA6, trying to see if I can direct control and take out some of the infantry that are calling in, but I do fail to spot him. He's pulling back with the BA now because he does see the Lukes coming, but he pulls back right into my line of sight as I crest this way. We should be able to deal with it, and we do. He has decapped it, but we do have a couple guys kind of lying around here, and we'll get a couple more, 1 or 2 more singles potentially. And hopefully we'll be able to hold this. But with that distraction, he has now recapped middle. We will get back in though with some Fallschirmjäger. So we do have some pretty high cap value guys. Although I'm not playing the Rifle Grenadiers the way I should be. I should be keeping them back, taking out the regular rifles and just using the grenades on them. Always recommend doing that because you're going to have a way better effective kill ratio. Just having those grenades come down every so often versus just rifles. So always recommend doing that if you can. I'm going to try to use one of them to deal with the T70, but we're pretty far away to begin with, and he does move out of our way as well. Hopefully we can get this Panzerfaust guy up, but he is low on health as well. No stamina either. And he's got guys just laying in every kind of courtyard corner as well, which is really unfortunate. So it does live longer to do yet more damage to us. Although he is not countering nukes anymore with it being on the left, so that is kind of nice. So just trying to decide what to get if I need to get anything right now. I'm in an okay position, especially CP wise. I can move some of these guys up from kind of my back line a little further. Kind of put a little more pressure on his point. Haven't put any pressure yet at all whatsoever. So we are going to get a another squad up. I was going to try to pronounce it, but I will pause on that for the time being. But I do know it comes with a Panzer truck built in. So we'll try to get them up and maybe be able to utilize that Panzer truck on that T70 if we're lucky. He does bring in a flamethrower to the middle. Luckily, we do take them out. Looks like they are potentially assault sappers based on the kill feed there. So we have the Lukes in a slight position to help out. And I'm going to try to move them up even further with this squad coming in now. I'm going to try to bait him, see if I can get him to come any closer. I think I'm positioned well enough that he can't really see me. Well, he probably can see me, but at least not hit me from there. Although if he came up the main street, I would absolutely be in his line of sight, so that would be very unfortunate. But we will smoke out and get this next infantry blob into the point, and utilizing the smoke, we are going to attempt to maybe Shrek this guy. So as soon as that thing's down, I can kind of run freely and support my infantry in the middle. So we're going to try to grenade spam the sappers and a little direct control. Shrek! Get the first hit. So perfect. Exactly what I needed there. Immediately going to move up the looks to assist and support, as that squad did unfortunately get absolutely rinsed as they went into that middle point. And we will call in the Sturmpanzer. I'm going to utilize the HE, which should hopefully clear out a lot of this infantry in the middle that I'm dealing with. The Brumbar Sturmpanzer has been a pretty good counter for the British and the Churchill, I would say, from the games I've played. It's absolutely not a true counter. The Churchill, if I'm not mistaken, has 10 meters more range, 20 meters more range, I think. So it's still very dangerous, but it does work pretty effectively when you get lucky. And the HE, as you saw there, is just phenomenal. It's so satisfying. Just destroying anything and everything in your way. But we're bringing in more Fallschirmjäger. Fortunately, the Lux takes a direct hit from the KV-85. He is all around based on the T-70 and the KV-85, so he's got a couple annoying options that he can call in if he so wanted to. The KV is going to be a bit of an annoyance. I'm going to try not to go head-to-head with it if I can. Try to get another grenade into this window. Continues to reoccupy this house, and now I'm going to try to get some guys in there. He's got a great position on the right behind those walls. He's utilizing it very well. Not that compound that I just shot, but the one to the right of it. And he's now moving up the KV, but he's firing HE. So I'm thinking I might be able to get a shot off, although I'm sure he has switched at this point. He's smoking and just coming into my range. And I'm hoping the berm that I'm hiding behind can kind of give me the angle I need. Although I do lose sight of him, and he unfortunately backs up just out of reach. We're going to push it. We're going to try. We do fire. We get a direct hit, but I don't know if it did any damage other than maybe kill one of the crew and maybe some damage to the hull, potentially. But we'll back up the Sturmpanzer there. We're going to smoke in mid, and we are going to dig in some foxholes because I need to dig in now because I'm just getting rinsed as I run into this point. I've got the stone walls, but other than that in the building, I mean, there's nothing. And I need to get infantry out of my left. If he pushes the left, I have nothing to deal with that. We did take out 2 of the crew from the Lukes, so we do have them lying around. We could always use if needed. Like putting them in another vehicle. The Brumbar is already got one, so it doesn't really matter. Looks like he's now making a push on the left. So my complacency with doing nothing here is very dangerous. He also has a sniper on the left, which is very annoying. Because that's just going to rinse my infantry. So I did call in a half-track to kind of come over there and support. And I'm hoping with the half-track and the squad, I should be able to deal with the infantry that's pushing up. But still, I am not pushing up anywhere that I need to be right now, and it is very unfortunate. Just very complacent. So we got the infantry. I'm going to smoke out, give myself some cover. I'm going to rush these guys into the point while the half-track is firing. I do see where the sniper is. So we'll see if maybe we can put some suppressive fire on him. Brumbar in the background. Going ham. Sniper's just behind that hill. On the other one. And in the distance, I do see a tree ragdoll. So I immediately know something's coming. I need to get the half track back and out of the way. I'm going to try to hide some of these SDG guys with Faust behind cover. Just in case he makes a push with the, what I'm assuming, I don't know if that's his second T70 DP buy or if that's just a new one from MP. But he's got that and a Dishka to kind of lay into that squad. Oh, I mean, 2 guys left from that squad that just reinforced there, so not much. But I'm going to bring over the Stern Panzer because I do want to try to deal with that. I'm going to bring over another MG detachment, kind of in between the points, just to kind of deal with that. He does get the angle to hit the half track. He does kill the gunner. Stern Panzer decides to take out the tree. And he does rush into the point, which is really unfortunate. We're still well out of range of the T-70. And the infantry is going to not be my top priority yet, because I do want to deal with the T-70 first. We do take out the T-70. And we're going to bring over a Sturm Jaeger squad to support as well. And with the Brumbar here, we are just going to try to mop up as much of this infantry as possible. But right now, we are absolutely letting him stay in the game. And I'm just checking through the fog of war to see where the KV is and if it is moving anywhere. I don't hear it, so I assume it is still in the same place. He's moving the Dishka around. I'm going to lay into it with an MG. I'm hoping I might be able to take it out here. We get 2 of the guys, though, but we do not take it out, unfortunately. And now I kind of need to focus on recapping this point, considering mid is kind of locked down, although I am just letting him retake it with spending so much time microing over here. He's easily going to be able to kind of focus over there. Because I'm sure his plan was just to kind of waste my time and occupy this as long as possible and then just not really care about it. Not care about these guys, just let them die. That's what I would do. It's a really good recommendation. I do see the sniper. I believe that was the sniper briefly. Yeah, it was the sniper. We do take him out. Always got to focus fire on him. Can't let them lie around. And now we are going to dig further into the point. We could push this out further. We should. But we'll at the very least dig in right kind of at the edge so that he has a little bit tougher of a time pushing. And this is where things get annoying. He has an artillery signaler. So he's gone T-70, KV, and RD signaler, so he's used a pretty good portion of his DP already. The RD signaler is so good for clearing out points as a mobile kind of mobile artillery piece, I guess, because you can just call it in and back the hell out of there. You don't really have to play it like a mortar, where you're going to normally just leave the mortar and let it fire. It's a bit more micro because you got to remember it, and he's giving me some nice juicy targets with infantry that are just kind of blobbed up, but this RD signaler is going to be the bane of my existence if I don't kill him, because he's just going to force me off the point every couple minutes, whether he clears the point or he calls it in and then I have to run and get my guys out of there, which is then just going to expose them to ongoing fire. But if he has guys in the point and the cap value isn't there, he's just going to decap me every time. So it's going to be very difficult to kind of keep a consistent pressure and keep building my my points right now. We do have it for the moment. I'm going to try to take out his cover, but the RD signal is going to be coming back in shortly. and I'm just gonna have to get all those guys out of there if I want to keep them alive. So RD signalers are very annoying. They're very useful though. I will use them often. You know, I can't really complain about that because I do use them, but man, are they a nuisance to deal with, especially if you can't kill the guy. And I fire right as he shoots the flare, and I can unfortunately see the guy just running. So this was kind of a missed opportunity on my end to kind of deal with him. I thought he might have been behind the buildings and in that building. He did fire in kind of a weird spot though. There are only 4 guys there, although I say that it's the widest range distance. It takes out 2 other guys, but the unfortunate thing is he is going to get rid of the walls that were kind of giving me a nice line of sight into that back end. We're back into the so we'll get more infantry up because we are going to need it. Bring in another BA6 into the middle. You thankfully have a Panzer Faust that deals with that. He's bringing in a T60, so another DP buy. I almost had him if he went a little further with that Panzer Faust, but he did not. He had a DP27 waiting for me. So he's rushing in guards. Stern Panzer's in a decent position to kind of support mid, but it is not in a good position to deal with the T60. Take out the walls with the first shot, so now I have to wait. He can kind of go to town on me. And he knows this too, because he plays it so well. So I gotta smoke out. I gotta bring these guys a different way because they're just gonna run right into the line of fire. He's now in a better position behind there to counter me. I feel like that should have not hit there, but it does. I know the aiming reticle was kind of on it, but I mean, I'm gonna question that one. He's decapping. He's also now calling in the RD signaler as well on the blob that I had to prone. So I got to get them out of the way. I end up killing my own guys because of the building. He's got another blob here that I'm going to try to get a grenade off on, but I do miss. Get the majority of the infantry out. Thankfully, though. The majority of the infantry's gone out of there. He's going to cap it. I'm going to take a peek and see what's on the right side with that one guy. And I'm going to try to bring a squad over there. See if I might be able to make a push. I don't know if I will be, but I need to put some pressure on him. Because right now, it's just a game of funneling infantry into the middle for both of us. And we're both just kind of playing counter infantry games here. So the T-60's hiding. It's still in a good position to counter me infantry-wise, but in a terrible position for me to kind of counter him. Take the Stern Panzer. I take out more of his infantry there. I'm going to try to smoke out and crawl these guys in, but I'm not really able to because he's kind of dug in now. So now I really can't play for middle. I really kind of have to put some pressure on him. So I'm going to smoke out here. And I'm putting pressure on him with no support for the KV. So the KV can just kind of go to town on me. It's a really bad play here by me altogether, I'd say. Another wasted Stern Panzer shot. This game definitely had quite a few blunders that definitely prolonged this game. We're at 9-12 to 2-13 right now. It was a very dominant game up until honestly the RD signaler came out. Nah, maybe a little past that. Once the T60 came, take out that blob. I probably needed to move the Brumbar, but if I move the Brumbar down the hill, I'm gonna line myself up for the KV. He's bringing over what's that, a BA-10 command car, I believe. So he's running low on DP. He's either low or out at this point. He's just gonna call it whatever in. We're trying the push, although he's got guys pretty much everywhere. Stern Panzer, while I'm busy microing, focuses on more infantry. And we're almost at tier 3. So with the DP I have left, we will be going with the Stern Morser. I'm hoping between that and the Brumbar here, we'll be able to finally clear off this point. A couple, one guy. One guy take out some cover. And our push here is kind of really just bogged down because he's dug in. I put no pressure here the entire game, so it's allowed him just to dig as many foxholes and get as many advantageous positions as he wants. And he chose this map, so I mean, you know, I'm sure it's either one he plays often or what, but we get the luckiest shot with the Stern Panzer. The one shot that probably shouldn't have hits past the building. So we decrew, I would assume, the T-60, so that's done. His BA-10 is just running over my infantry, so I did bring in the second Lukes to try to go deal with that. So we're out of DP now. I gotta be careful with this Lukes that I don't expose it to the KV in the back. He's got a squad that's close, so I'm gonna try to orient myself to try to deal with them. Looks like I have a shot, but it turns out there's a wooden crate, or was a wooden crate there, so I obliterate my MG support, a couple of the crew, damage myself. But hey, the Stern Morser's here. We'll fire that thing, get 2 guys because we're short. Phenomenal. We're gonna try to advance these guys in and dig some foxholes yet again, considering we have none. He rushes in a squad at the same time, so now we got to contend with that. Minimap wise, we do take out, it's a BA-20, not a BA-10. So we get the BA-20 command card down. Looks like the KV might be orienting itself to go for us. I do see it, so I am going to smoke out and dip. We got lucky that he misses. He overshoots, thankfully. So we'll just rush him down the hill and get out of there. And we'll call in a couple singles just to kind of fill in this huge dead space now. I don't like leaving blind spots, because that blind spot is when he's going to sneak a Panzerschreck straight into my rear lines. And that's the last thing I need, is that thing coming into my rear last second of the game, or last couple minutes of the game, and that's the decider. We get a nice shot with the Stern Panzer. And we're just going to try to keep funneling in infantry wherever we can. The Stern Panzer is definitely putting in the work, although it did miss a couple shots, which was slightly unfortunate. And he did recrew the T-60, so that thing is repaired. We're going to try the same shot if we can. And this time our RNG is not good, so we do miss. That thing is up. We're gonna bring up the Stern Morser slightly. Goes nowhere that I'm telling it to, although we do get five guys, I believe. And he also has the T-70 up now, so both are up. Both will be a very big nuisance in the middle. And my downside with this doctrine is that with the 2 vehicles I have, or I guess the 3 vehicles that I have, it's, you know, a light autocannon and then 2 heavy assault guns. So I really don't have anything other than Panzerschrecks and those to kind of deal with these light tanks. Try to get a Faust, we do miss. He fires off another RD flare, so we're gonna get these guys a little bit out of the way. It's a weird spot, and he's trying to focus wherever my guys are. So it's kind of saving us in a way, but we're gonna clear them. He's trying to take some shots with the KV now at the stern Panzer. He's backing off. So it's not worth kind of pursuing him at this point with the Sturmmorser. I'm checking my range to see what my targets are. I'll try again with the Brumbar. We do take it out yet again. So T60's now down, second time. I've got a huge gap in my line, and he's trying to take advantage of it by just rushing up here, which is very unfortunate for me. That Sturmmorser shot does absolutely nothing. Calling in a half track to deal with this blob that's rushing well into my lines. So it's kind of right in time, because that half track should deal with the guys that I'm assuming are just rushing at the Sturmmorser. He's pushed the KV to deal with the half track. So I'm going to try to go head-to-head with him now. And if I can take him out, this will be perfect. We do get a nice shot, although based on the kill feed, it looks like I might have done it. Might have hole crushed him. So he's off my line of sight at least. So that wasn't terrible. I'm going to bring up the loose to try to help support in the middle now. But I am also running low on ammo on both of these heavy hitters. And he's just decapping us yet again in middle. This whole game has just been a consistent cap and decap for both of us. And it's unfortunate because it's kept him around. I'm not able to put the pressure that I need to on his point. And I haven't tried again. I'm just kind of committing to the center push, which... I mean, if it works, but it's not normally good. Sturmmorser shot, trying to hit the T-70. We do not. Just get more infantry. It's called in yet another RD-SIG shot on the remnants of this squad here. So I'm going to try to just rush them into the point and out of the way. And it looks like he is making a push on our left. The light tank. I'm assuming another T-70. You might guess. Either a DP or a MP5. T-70 in a squad, it looks like. And we're gonna push the squad in through the gap that he utilized originally on us. Ah, this T-70 is double tracked. That's all we've been able to do to it. Unfortunate. So he's coming up. His guys are rushing in, but we do have a pretty good position to take him out. I'm going to smoke here and utilize the smoke to my advantage. And it's actually, what was that, a T-60, I think? I'm going to pray the AI deals with it. Yeah, it is a T-60. So second T-60, call in. And minimap does confirm the KV is down. So we did get lucky with that Brumbar shot. So I'm moving up. I want to try to finish it off. He's just out of range. And I'm in the lake swimming. We don't go far enough. I don't know if our angle had anything to do with that. I'm gonna say it did. But we do set the T-70 on fire, so that annoying little pest is done now. And we are gonna move up some of these Sturm Grenadiers as well. And I see he's trying to go over there to repair it too, so I need to stop that. So we'll do a little Call of Duty first person shooting here. Deal with him real quick. And I'm hoping I can get right up behind this thing if I'm quick enough. I'm gonna do this manually. I do get to the TNT in time. I'm gonna set this thing off right on the back. I'm hoping this will take out its engine. And this will be it, finally, once and for all. I'm gonna bring in some of these guys because he has yet again capped the middle. The Lukes did take out the T-60 though, so we did get that. We're gonna repair the half track. This point in the game, we need to use anything that we kind of have to our advantage, anything that's left, anything we can call in. Brumbar's rearmed. Luke's is going to rearm and then head off. Trying to pick my targets. Decide to go there. Thinking there's someone there, but there is no one. He's got a full squad rushing into the one poor STG guys. Assault sappers too, wow. So that guy took out 3 of them, which is really nice. Second squad coming up. Should have probably focused on the assault sappers versus the regular SMG squad, but we do get quite a few of them. So our Sturm Grenadiers are going to get in, but the assault sappers, just with those couple guys, will be able to tank the cap weight. And the RD signaler still has shots somehow. I don't know how many more he's got. So I'm going to rush up instead of going back out of the point. I'm going to try to get to his side so I can kind of stay in and keep capping. And I was also trying to get a nice line of sight on him if I could, just to maybe take out the RD signaler finally. But he has ran off into the lake. Seeing some grenades come in from this guy over here. Who knows how long this guy's been there, but thankfully the burnt out chimney of that house is actually saving us. So we do take him out. And with 3 guys, we were capping until he just rushed in more infantry. So whatever we can call, it's coming. Luke's is up to try to help support as best as possible. We're just capping and decapping. He still has those assault sappers. Just getting flank shots in on us. I'm going to try for maybe a long range shot, but the KV did survive the TNT, which is really annoying. So if he is repairing, I mean, I have to deal with that. And I do see the gun go up right there too, so I know he is. So I'm going to focus on that. It tanks another shot. Bringing in the Panzer Pioneers. So maybe this flamethrower can do something. Although he does have more assault sappers in. Direct control the flamethrower. Brumbar misses yet again. I'm assuming there's a guy in that foxhole. I would have figured there was an officer in this point in terms of the cap value, but it could easily just be the sappers. We try to take him out, and we do. We finally get him. So he is dead. He did get off that last shot, though, so that's still going to be a nuisance. He's still repairing the KV, so I'm going to try yet again with the Sturm Morser. Looks like it missed. He's got another T70. Yeah, looks like another actually DP call on T70. So he did keep, I guess, one more. So he's going to make another push on us. So I'm going to bring over the Brumbar to deal with it. Trying to pick my target. We're going to go for the infantry that's running up. Take out most of the infantry because I don't want him to decap us. I'm not worried about the T70 going against the Brumbar. Half track is nearly up. I'm going to shoot the ground just to make sure there's no one there. Got to make sure he is rushing with the T70. Try shot. We do internally combust that thing. So might have not been the best bet, but you know, at this point we're 43 minutes in and we're both crawling for manpower at this point. He's got a guy that based on the gun just picked up the signal flare, so he's remanned the RD signaler, but we do put that guy to rest, thankfully. And there was somehow another guy there. I don't know how, if he was there the entire time or he just crawled up somehow, but Yeah, guys everywhere in this point. But we should finally have it. We're crawling away, and he really doesn't have anything. We're going to put another shot into the KV just to be safe. But this should... I was going to say, set the storm mode. We should be cruising to victory now. So I hope you guys did enjoy yet another pretty competitive 1v1 for what turned out to be a very long game. Very annoying game. Yeah, this guy was a pretty good opponent. I don't know if I've ever played him before. I don't know how much me hating this map was played into my strategy. There probably could have been some better buys, and I mean, I really had nothing to deal with the light tanks for a long time, other than the Sturm Panzer and whatnot. But hope you guys enjoyed. We will catch you on the next one.